One thing queer, one thing queer, one thing queer. Let's get one thing queer. Let's get one thing queer.
Hello and welcome to One Thing Queer. My name's Jenny Baton and my pronouns are they, them.
And I'm Kelsey Wren, and my pronouns are she, her.
Hi, friend.
Hello.
How are you?
I'm good.
Oh, did you hear that vibrato?
I do now. What's up?
You know, just
Hobbling around the city.
hobbling around Southern California.
I don't mean to joke, but
I don't care.
I'm so sorry.
No, friend. I want to make light of this because
Yes.
it's a very stupid situation.
Oh no. So for anybody who doesn't know, Jenny hurt their foot.
Yes.
I haven't seen you in a long time too, so we have a lot
Yes.
too. This is a lot too.
Yeah, a lot of catching up. I literally just got here, so like we haven't caught up. So y'all are gonna hear it right now.
Yeah, same. I've not heard this before.
Yeah, so I ended up spraining my foot on Saturday when I was loading my car to go to my market.
Oh.
I have this huge canopy and I was like pulling it down. You know how going into my apartment there's 3 steps? 3 or 4 steps. So I was like walking down the steps backwards.
Oh no.
And like right outside my apartment complex, there's like cement and there's like this big gap. Like it's probably like 2 inches of a gap, 2.5 inches. And I ended up stepping in the gap and my foot literally twisted onto the gap basically, and all my weight fell on it. And I like automatically, I fell on my ass. And then as soon as I caught up, I like felt that something was wrong. I was like, this is not okay. So I just finished loading. I think I had so much adrenaline from like falling because it was like so sudden. And yeah, I like finished loading, and I remember one of the bins I was carrying was really heavy, and as soon as I like lifted it, I guess I just like distributed my weight normally, and that's when I felt like there was something wrong with my foot. And so my partner got there and we hit it out, and I was like, can you please drive? And we get there and I could barely walk. And so like we parked and we loaded in, and then like the whole, I worked, I did tarot readings. I was gonna do Reiki that day, but it was just, I couldn't stand. I couldn't stand at all. And it really, really hurt by the end of the market, like towards the end. So, or would have been horrible if my partner's friends didn't show up. I'm so grateful that they came to just like check out the market, and they were there hanging out with us, and thankfully they helped my partner like put everything in the car, and like it was like a lot of stuff. So we literally like would not have been able to do it without them, because I couldn't help. I couldn't do anything. I couldn't stand. So I was just sitting there being helpless, and I'm over here sitting feeling so horrible because it's like my market, and like my partner and their friends are putting stuff in the car for me. I felt so bad. But I'm very grateful that they went, because I would have felt horrible if my partner did everything by herself. So I was like, okay. And I had a market the next day and I couldn't go. We went straight to the hospital after the market. And
Did you get x-rays done?
yeah, they did x-rays. And I was convinced I had fractured my foot because it hurt so bad. But thankfully, they did x-rays and they're like, no, it's just, a sprain. There was a ligament tear.
Oh, does it hurt like on the side of your foot, or your ankle is like stretched out?
It's the side of my foot. So it's like the bottom of my foot.
Yeah.
It's like
Like your pinky kind of, like but your
it's
tendon?
like my midpoint of my foot, like right here on the bottom and the top.
That's exactly where Bernie broke his foot.
That's crazy.
And he like rolled it on. I think people know.
Yeah.
He kind of like, he was running and he stepped on like he said it was like a newborn pine cone, because it wasn't one that was like flared out, and like usually
could
if you
break.
yes. So it was like super hard, so he like rolled his foot on it and literally broke the like that side bone of your foot, like fracture, like had a little fracture. It was like almost like a 1/2 inch fracture. It was huge.
That's crazy.
Yeah, it sucked.
And it was his right foot.
So he couldn't drive or anything like that, and he was in a full on, they did like a full like padded splint, and like couldn't drive, had to stay off of it, had to like wrap it to shower. And then he had like one of those like boots you can take off
Yeah.
so he could like sleep without it, but like it was
That's
it was
horrible.
bad. And he said he even went the whole next day like kind of hobbling around on it. And I was like, how? It was broken, but he said it hurt a lot. So
Yeah.
I can't imagine.
I
that.
can't imagine how bad it hurt because the sprain hurts.
Yeah.
like now it feels a lot better, but it still hurts.
Oh,
So I can't even imagine. And for him, it was his right foot. For me, thankfully, it's my left, so I can still drive.
That's good.
But yeah, not fun, guys. Be careful.
Careful out there walking. I was gonna say, isn't it really weird to fall as an adult?
Yes. I literally fell on my butt. I felt like a little 5-year-old. I was like, and like, I heard someone laugh because I live not in my complex, but there's like another complex next to ours, and I think someone saw me, and I heard them laugh, and I'm like, I'm sure it looked hilarious. Because it was like a bump.
Yeah.
You know, it was my foot, and then I fell.
I was like cheek.
Yes. Yeah, that too. Dun dun dun. But yeah.
Oh, I'm sorry, friend.
Yeah, so all I've been doing is just chilling at home. Work is fucking slow as can be.
Oh.
As far as like my makeup career goes, it's very up in the air right now.
Oh my god.
So
It's 'cause-
thankfully,
I was gonna say it's because of the strike, right?
yeah, the strikes are really affecting just the industry overall. So it's just been very, very slow. I don't think I've worked in like 2 weeks.
Oh my gosh, friend.
Yeah.
I'm sorry.
It's okay.
Oh.
Yeah, so it's been, and then everything I make at like markets, I'm saving for my taxes.
Yeah.
So right now I'm literally like being very frugal.
Yeah.
And so basically, I ended up actually hitting 1,000 followers on TikTok. So I've been doing lives to kind of supplement for at least my small bills. I've been using that for like, to survive. So I've been doing like live ratings on there.
Nice.
So, yeah.
All right.
But that's what's been going on. Just markets and trying to, survive.
Not go crazy sitting in your room.
And honestly, I don't mind it.
Okay,
But I don't mind it. But like today, it was very nice today to like interact with people.
That's good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But friend, I'm so excited for you to chat because I've been dying to hear about this new chapter of your life,
My new venture.
your new venture. So please tell us.
So I will preface that it's just the start. It's nothing big yet because like I don't want to be like I'm doing all these things and like it is a long time before I have like a game or something. So my new friend that I met from work, we had been talking. She saw me skate and she was like, oh, can you teach me to skate? I was like, of course I can. Like,
Yeah.
sure, we'll go skating one day. And she was like, have you ever thought about derby? And I was like, pretty much every fucking day of my life, I
Aw,
think about
friend.
playing roller derby. Like, all the time, constantly. I've wanted to do it for years. And, like, I will be, like, a total, like, poser nerd and be like, yeah, I was Whip It, that, like, the movie that I was like, oh, I love it. Like, I want to play so bad. Because I never knew I never saw it before. I never knew what it was before the movie. So I was like, oh, I want to play so bad. And I just never, like, knew how to get into it. And I had told her that and she was like, oh, my friend is on a team and they're doing a recruitment night in like 2 weeks. And every time in the past I've thought about it, I rethink about it and look up the night, it's passed by like a month or like I passed the recruitment date.
Yeah.
Little did I know you can go at any time.
Oh.
I had no idea. I thought you had to go on those nights. So I was like, oh, well, what the fuck?
Oh, friend.
It's okay.
It was timing.
It was timing.
Yeah.
I 100% believe that.
Yeah.
So she was like, oh, they're having one in like 2 weeks. You should go. And I was like, I'm gonna fucking go. Like, I'm gonna do it. So I went and they explained it. And the first night you just like kind of watch and like they tell you like what they require of you basically. Because it does require, it's like a team. You're a team. You require some time, some effort, some volunteering, stuff like that. And like you pay dues and stuff like that. And there's like a program where like you start out like learning, like you have to pass tests to be able to actually play in the games and like play with the veteran team. So you're like on a freshie team first. So they tell you all about that. And so that was a Monday. And Wednesday, they're like, first practice, we'll see you there. Like, you get like, yeah, you get like 3 free practices. And then you decide if you want to join the team. And then you start to like pay your dues. And it just pays for like the rink and stuff like that.
Yeah.
And you start to like move up and work on your skills so that way you can test out, and like once you test out you're able to be like a part of the team, and then like you get to pick your like derby name and your number and stuff like that. Like
What?
I know. So it's the first night. Oh, okay. So so I'm laughing because like I skate on my regular like heel skates. Like
Yeah.
I've been skating for a while. I'm semi good. To me, I used to ice skate when I was a
She's
kid.
good.
Nah,
Okay. No. Capricorn can own it up. Channel my Aries friend
Okay. I
to
mean,
your own horn.
I'm pretty good for the limited amount of time I've done it. Is on my regular heel skates.
You used to ice skate, friend.
I know, but that's why I'm like, oh, I had like, because everybody's like, how do you already know stuff? It's a leg up. It's a lot like ice skating. It's actually harder than ice skating.
Oh, really?
Yeah, because on these you roll backwards. Ice skates you don't really roll backwards unless you mean to. Like you don't really go backwards automatically.
That makes
These you do.
That makes sense.
It's a little bit different. I don't know. It's a little bit different, a little bit harder in my eyes. Having done both. And I just kind of get the movement of it already because of ice skating. Like I just, my body kind of muscle memory a little bit remembers how to do it. So I kind of had a leg up. So the derby skates are flat skates. You don't have a heel, like because they want you to be as like forward as possible, like, or they don't want you to fall forward. So you have to be flat. Like they look like shoes.
Gotcha.
So
Is it those?
Those are the heeled ones.
Oh, okay.
Those are my regular quads, and then the roller ones are behind my backpack over there. They're like flat.
Oh, I see. They look like sneakers.
Yes, they look like sneakers.
Yeah.
So I was like, so I'm there with like two other girls who were at the recruitment night too, and they're like, have you skated before? And I'm telling them the same thing. I'm like, oh, they're like, oh, so you're gonna be like so good. I'm like, no, watch me fall on my ass all night. What? Like, you don't even know. Like, I'm like, I don't want to say I'm good because I know I'm gonna jinx myself. So we get out there.
No.
I stand on the derby skates, and I'm like, oh shit, these are really different.
Really?
Oh, they're very, very different. Because also, I don't know if y'all want to like look it up, but if you look, the heel skates have ankle support. Your ankles are locked.
Oh, yeah.
And the derby skates don't.
That's
They make them with ankle support, but I did not get the ones. So anytime in the heeled skates, the regular quads, if you're going to fall back, the back of that boot catches you. You don't have to catch yourself. So with the derby skates, there's nothing to catch you. So if you start to lean back, you're like, oh shit, I'm going over. Like unless you muscle catch yourself basically with your legs. So
oh my god, Frank.
I fell like 4 times that night.
Oh, Frank.
I felt a lot. But like it was cool. Everybody
Yeah.
was really nice. They're like, try it again. Like you got it. Like, and if you almost fall and you save it, they're like, nice save. And they're really nice about it. So, but it was so funny because there was like other like fresh meat there and they had been there for a while. And I fell so much that one of them was like, we should work on falls. Because there's like a right way to fall so you don't actually hurt you. Like you don't want to ever fall backwards on your butt. You always want to fall forward onto your knee pads. Like, so like there's like, because you have pads on your knees and you don't have pads on your butt, basically.
I mean, you just go to Santee Alley. You could get those, Frank.
I mean, some of us have more padding than others, I suppose.
I would break my ass bone.
So they were basically saying like you pick a cheek, like don't fall on your tailbone obviously because you could break it. So you want to pick a cheek and like lean to one side basically if you're gonna fall backwards. But I fell a lot. And also like I've been at a desk for like 4 months. I haven't done shit other than that. Not a walk, not a working out, like not nothing. So I was like, oh, I'm super out of shape. So it's like hard work. You're like bent over, like it hurts your back, like you're pushing with your legs. It's a lot.
It's like a lot of core
Yes.
balance too,
Yes.
right?
And you go the same way the entire time. So like if one side gets tired, you can't switch to the other side. You are like stuck on that side. You always go the same way on the track.
Damn.
Yeah, so I was like, oh, and I knew that like my legs were kind of giving out and that's where I like couldn't keep myself up anymore. So, but it didn't scare me away. The next day and the next 4 days after, I was sore as shit.
I remember you told me you
I
were
was-
hella sore.
I was hella sore. Like it hurt so bad. But so that was a Wednesday. By the next Monday, it had like subsided a lot, or I don't know if that's the right word. It had gone down a lot. So I was like, okay, I'm gonna go back Monday. And I was like, okay, like I feel better. I got it. I only felt like once that night, once or twice.
Okay.
And I was like, okay, cool. I'm starting to get it, whatever. And I was like, oh, I'm a little scared because I haven't had enough time to like recuperate for before Wednesday's practice. And But it was fine. I wasn't as sore. So then I went yesterday and I didn't fall at all.
Hell yeah, friend.
I know. I was like, yeah, like
It's
all
just
right.
a learning curve.
It is, and I need practice in to learn stamina because I was like,
I feel like you'll get it fast because you have had like you have had physical activity like pretty much your whole life, like on and
Yeah.
off, but your whole life.
Yeah.
I have not.
I think so too, but I also don't want to like. I don't know. I don't like to overpromise and underdeliver. I'd rather like be like no, and then be like, oh no, you're really good at it actually.
Yeah. I'm gonna be there.
So I have to like. So they're gonna take a break for like August. I have to keep working during that time, and I want to like get my stamina up. But like after the 3 times, your 3 free practices, basically, you get to like you send them like an email and like, oh, I really want to join, blah blah blah, and you sign some paperwork and stuff.
Okay.
So I sent that email today.
Nice.
Yeah, and I'm going to help out because they were like, oh, even if you're like a freshie, like there's a bout on Saturday. That's what the games are called. And they're like, oh, like basically like they voluntold us to be there. And they're like, if you want to be a part of the team, this is your chance to show us basically because like we need help. And I was like, oh yeah, I'll be there. Like no problem. What can I help with?
That's awesome, friend.
Yeah. So that's always what I was kind of worried about though, because it is a big time like not. It's a big time investment. Yeah. But I was like, you know what? Like, I don't know. I always wanted to do it. And, like, it'll be fine.
Yeah.
I think it'll be fine. So,
It'll be fine, friend.
So that's why, too, I was like, I can't not go Saturday. I'm trying to do this thing. Like, I got to, like, show up. And I got to be there.
Yeah.
Like, and the coaches have been really nice. Like, I think the, like, vet team is, like, they kind of don't talk to you a lot. But I think it's because they, like... They don't know if you're going to stick around quite yet. So they kind of like reserve their time for people, which I totally get. But everybody, like, we did this thing where we're like all in a line and we like kind of skate and like weave through each other and stuff. And the first night that's what I felt doing because I was also like, it was a very big sensory overload. And I was like, oh shit, we're like really close. And like, oh my God, there's so much going on.
Yeah.
But like the last time I fell, one of them was like, come back in. And like I did it again. I made it through and everybody was like, yeah. And I was like, oh, that's very embarrassing.
I'm so fucking excited to see you. Like, I know. You're gonna say like, well, and like it's a process.
It's a process,
Yeah.
and it's probably going to take a while because, I also like, I'm sure a lot of them are like worried about people taking their spots if they get good.
Yeah.
And so like it's a whole thing, and like you have to like. They have like a big process for who they pick plays the games basically. And I know a lot of them have been there a long time and obviously are really good because they've been there a long time. So that's why I'm like, not like, oh, see me play. I'm not even like, I just want to like do it and like be a part of it and it's fun. And I really, really, really like it.
Yeah.
And it's very like, it's not, I don't like, I feel like empowering is such a corny word.
It is.
It's so corny, but it feels very like, oh, like look at me go. And I'm like, yesterday I was like, I didn't fall and I'm not sore today. So like already in like 2 weeks, that's already progress for me.
It is, friend.
And I'm like, that's freaking cool, man.
Yeah.
Like,
I think it's badass. Like maybe in my next lifetime, but the fact that you're doing it, like, I think it's so cool. Like after watching Whip It, even before I watched Whip It, I just like seeing visuals of people playing the roller derby. I was always like, dang. I'm also gay, so I'm like, that's hot.
Yeah.
Not that, you know what I mean.
I get it.
Like the concept is
But
hot.
I'm like, same.
That's why I'm like, oh! So stoked.
It's cool. So I'm like, okay, I have like months to think of like a derby name, and I'm like, it's so fun. Like already, I feel like, oh, it's gonna be really cool, and I'm excited.
Is it gonna be Specs?
I was thinking, dude, I have so many. Okay, so I was dying because like they're supposed to be like witty and catchy, you know, or like part of it is like they use part of your name, like, or you incorporate your name somehow. And I was dying because I wanted something with like ghost in it, or like something like not ethereal, but like what do they call them? Like not projections, but like another word for ghost, like astral projection. But I was dying that I was like, if I could do like astral, but it was like ASS-troll, like astral. I was like, that's fucking hilarious. But like also you have to think about like, because in all the vets, nobody uses their name. Only the fresh people use their actual names. Everybody else, you call them by their derby name.
Yeah.
So like you don't call them like. So you have to think about what people are gonna actually call you.
Yeah.
Like,
It's an identity thing.
yeah. So it's like, do you really want? I think that's hilarious. It's like Astral, like, but like not like Astral something. I think it's hilarious. But I also like, do I really want people calling me Astral all the time? I don't really know if I do.
I don't know. Just I see specs. I mean, when I see you, I'm like,
That's why I was like, I could just use my Instagram too. But I'm like, if all else fails and I can't think of something, I'll probably use that. But I still wanted to. I don't
Think
know.
of-
I got time. I'm
Yeah,
a Gemini moon. I got time to think of this
Yeah.
quippy,
Yeah.
this logo. I got time.
Yes.
I put my One Thing Queer sticker on the back of my helmet too. So I was like,
friend.
if y'all are behind me, go follow the podcast.
It's so cool. We walked into the headquarters and I just see all your skating stuff. I'm like, dang.
Oh yeah,
That's fucking
I'm
bad.
letting it air out so I don't get any like fungus or anything. Anyways,
Legit.
but yeah, that's kind of what's been new, and it's just been recovering when I'm sore, and I don't know, like, yeah, we went to another one of those those punks and junk flea thingies. That was really cool. I got some bone earrings. That was really cool.
Yeah.
They're like possum spines.
What?
They're rad. I have to show you, and they have a
Yes.
crystal on them, like crystals hanging from them. They're rad. They're really really cool. And like she was like, oh, I wanted, because I was like, oh, how much are they? We kind of like made friends with them kind of because we had been there a couple times now. Her name's Chelsea also, which seems to be a thing in my life lately.
It's a joke from the universe.
It really is at this point. And then I never thought of that. You're right. It really is a joke at this point. And she was like, oh, it's like I wanted to get 40 for them, but like I could do 30. I was like, nah, I got you 40. Like I don't skip out on, like, I don't chimp on people like that. Like, you wanted 40, you got 40 for them. Like, that's how it works.
Yeah.
So she was like, oh my God, thank you. And they're just so freaking cool. I don't know.
That's so badass. man.
Yeah. So that's what
Okay.
that's what I've been doing. So I have like a month to like, after next week, I have like a month to like get my shit together.
Are you gonna go like practice there, or are you just gonna practice like around?
We don't have access to the rink unless like the whole team does, because they have to have like the park authority or whatever open it or something,
Okay.
or they have a key to it. So nobody can just go in the rink. Like not anybody can just go in there.
Okay.
Excuse me. So I'd have to do it at the park. But other stuff was like, I need to take a walk. I need to take a run. I need to do all that first.
Yeah.
But
I
yeah,
feel you.
that's how my 2 weeks have been.
That sounds fun, friend.
It
I'm
was-
excited for you.
It's fun. I like it a lot. And I'm like, even like we were watching them scrimmage last night, and I'm like, dude, they're like bashing into each other. I'm like, that looks hella fun. And even the first night, somebody was like, it's good anger management. I was like,
love
I'm
it.
so down. Like,
Oh,
it's gonna
I
be
can't
fun.
wait.
I know.
I'm so excited.
Me too. So hopefully one day it'll be fun.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah. You will, friend. I believe in you. You're a badass.
Thanks.
You're the biggest badass I know.
Me. Thanks. Stop it.
But yeah, I guess that concludes our
Very long shooting the
very
shit.
long. What are we talking about today, friend?
Oh my god, friend. Okay, so you reached 1,000 followers on TikTok.
Yes, I
Congrats.
sure did.
Congratulations.
Thank you, friend. I'm actually almost at 1,300 now.
Heyo, that's what's up.
Which is crazy.
Good for you.
Thank you.
I want to know how this live experience has gone, because you've worked so hard for this live
Oh
experience.
my god, friend. I know. I was petrified.
Really?
I was scared. I was
You don't look scared, by the way.
Well, now I'm not, but like when I first started, like when I did my very, very first live, I was like, what am I doing? Like, I didn't know what to do. Mm-hmm. I'm getting the hang of it, because going live on TikTok is very different from going live on Instagram. I feel like going live on Instagram, excuse me.
We are drinking Dr. Peppers, that's why we're all burpy.
Going live on Instagram's easy. Like, you just like go on and there's no like gifs and things like that. You know what I mean?
Oh,
It's
so it gets distracting a lot?
it gets very distracting, especially with my ADHD. So like I'll be in the middle of a reading, and then I'm learning that I can't be reading the comments on the live while I'm doing a reading, because I get so sidetracked. And I feel rude not responding to people. So I'm trying to balance those things. I'm trying to like it's a learning curve, but it's been good for the most part. Last night I went live like 3 times yesterday, 'Cause
I thought you did. I was
Yeah.
like, have you been live this whole time?
no, I just kept popping on because like I'm just home.
Yeah.
I'm basically
Might
like
as well.
yeah, workless right now. So I was like, okay, I'm gonna do I usually do an hour and a half to 2 hours every time I like pop on there. So I went on the last night and it was good. I had a cool crowd, and then they ended up getting into a fight. There was like a debate that was happening about like tarot readers and things like that. This girl came on and she was talking about how she has experienced people scamming her or like telling her like, oh, he's gonna come back, like whoever she's trying to like be with or whatever. And she's like, and he hasn't come back, so I just feel like they're just lying to me and things like that. I'm like, and I was talking about discernment. I'm like, I always make it a point to tell people to listen to their discernment when they're getting readings and really going into readings, because it all started because I said whenever you get a reading, you guys, you have to make sure that you're being open to receiving the message. That's why I try to ask people to like take a deep breath, and then, you know, because I'm reading your energy. That's essentially what I'm doing. If you're blocked up or you have doubt, it's going to be so hard for me to read, you know, like the cards, like it translates. So I was talking about that, and she's like, well, it's just so hard to open up because, you know, I've been scammed so many times. And I'm like, and that's valid. And then other people were like, I guess like trying to defend me, because I think they thought that she was like coming after me or something.
Oh, but defenders, yes.
Yeah. And so I was like, everybody settle down. I was like, what her experience is, it's valid. Like we shouldn't be, you know, like, and then we were talking about like manifestation. We were just like having a big conversation about manifestation and a bunch of different things. And then a bunch of like Christian people try to come on the lives to like spread the Jesus word.
I'm like, oh no, not the Christians.
Yeah, I've had to block a couple.
Oh boy.
Yeah, because they just come at me like with bad energy, and I'm like, hey, like Jesus is a homie, but I'm like, I don't think he's God. So just saying. And then they get offended, and then
Goodness.
But for the most part, it's been fine, and it's been honestly helping me like get by a little bit. You know, it's like, you know, doing readings, that's essentially what my objective was to like be able to go live and like do readings for people, spread the word about my business, and create connections and build a community, which I feel like I have been. And Candace has come on some of my lives.
Yay!
Yeah.
Oh, she's far away right now.
I know. But it's been nice. I'm like, it's been nice to like, you know, chat with her for a little bit, even if, you know, she's far away.
Nice.
Like, we haven't seen her. The other day she was she was like the only one in my life. So I was like, Candace, let me just do a reading for you. So I did a little reading for her.
That's cute.
It was very nice.
Oh.
Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah.
That's good. Yeah, I pop in. So if I'm at work sometimes and it's slow, I'm like, let me just go on TikTok. And then you're live, and I'm like, let me just watch and comment for a little bit. I'm like, nobody's here.
I know, friend. It's been fun.
Yeah, that's good.
Yeah.
Oh, man.
So that's my experience so far. It's been good. I made like $5 off of gifts.
Nice.
Which I didn't know that was a thing.
Well, yeah, I had no idea.
I didn't understand the gift thing, but very grateful for it. Hey, $5, that's a cup of coffee.
Yeah. It is a cup of coffee. Well, I mean, yeah. And I'm like, it depends where, but no, it pretty much is, I suppose.
Yeah. So
Nice.
it's been good, but there's been a lot of like interesting trends on TikTok.
I was just thinking, how do we transition to this?
Yeah.
Because we were both talking about like TikTok, because I really wanted to know how live was going, because I saw some people like saying dumb stuff or whatever, and I'm like, you know, leave my friend alone. How dare you? But I also like don't want to make it worse, because I feel like sometimes if you don't acknowledge them, they kind of go away.
Yes.
So
that's what I try to do.
So I just kind of like leave it alone. And I'm like, Jenny can take care of themselves. So I'm like, you got it. But like we wanted to talk about also like this new like, it's a live trend. It's like an NPC trend. And for if you don't know, you don't play games, NPC is like a non-playable character.
Yeah.
Like you can't, it's just like the bots that are in the game basically.
Yeah.
And like it's these people doing these weird like they're basically like weird like robot. They're like supposed to be emulating like AI tendencies.
Yes.
So like,
They're like they like bob,
they do bop like bounce kind of.
and they're like
Because that's what the game like players in games do. Is they
Yeah.
kind of like bop.
yeah. I feel like it's a new branch of like ASMR. I feel like it's in that family,
really?
in that category. At least like when I see it, I'm like, oh, I could see it being like, you know, ASMR because
Interesting.
I have a love-hate relationship.
Same.
it.
I'm very particular with my ASMR. There's like one person who I like to listen to, and
Yeah.
like that's pretty. And no, everybody else, I'm like, oh, you're so annoying. I can't, I can't do it. But I also feel like it's kind of fetishy.
It is. It can be.
It can be.
I've seen some fetishy ones.
Yeah, and I saw one of was like Trisha Paytas hopped on the channel. I know I say it. I just like her dumpster fire. She's a terrible human, but the dumpster fire is just very entertaining. It's,
Oh my god.
I
I don't even know what that is, friend.
I fall Trisha Paytas. You know
I know who she is.
Oh
but I don't-
no, her dumpster fire, and it also like it sounds awful. She's not a good human, so it's like doesn't feel as bad when like
Yeah.
crap happens to her. That's awful, but it's just like, oh, you kind of like karmically deserve this because you're kind of trash. Like you kind of do trashy things, anyways. But like this, so basically, when people like gift you or like it or comment, like somebody will do like a set. They'll have like 5 set things that they're doing, and they'll keep redoing it,
Yeah.
doing them. And it's hilarious, but it's also really weird.
Yeah.
I don't know how I feel about it.
Because on TikTok, you could, like, people could gift, like, whoever is live, if you join their live, you can gift them, like, little images of, like, ice cream, tacos, hot dogs, hearts,
Oh,
things like
I
that.
didn't know that.
Yeah, those are the ones I've seen. And then they'll be like, thank you for the heart.
And then they keep doing it.
Yeah. Thank you for the taco.
And they're like, ooh, ice cream, yum.
Yeah.
And they just like, so every time somebody gifts that, that's what you get. It's the weirdest fucking thing.
Yeah, the ice cream one, that's where I'm like, yeah, that's a little fetish.
Oh, yeah.
It's like tongue. There's a lot of tongue happening.
That and like Trisha Paytas with hers because she's like, you know, like she's a sex worker, so she was like deep throating a fake ice cream every time it happened.
My God.
I was like, oh boy, this is so. Yeah, obviously it's very kind of fetishy. I think.
Yeah.
It's a little. I don't know. I can't. It's a little creepy for me in the way that it's. Have you ever heard of like Uncanny Valley? Like okay, so it's like a thing that like I don't know the exact definition, but it's basically like when you see in like a movie like something that looks human that shouldn't be human. Well, so like AI robots that look too real, the like phenomenon that you're like freaked out by it is called Uncanny Valley. Like that's what
okay.
that's called. It reminds me of that. So there's like it's like you look human but you're not, and I guess that's the whole point is they're trying to look like AI. So it's working. But I'm like, oh, that's really creepy.
It is creepy because I'm like, nowadays you don't know if it's actually AI or
Right.
if it's, you know, it's a corporation or
Dude.
if it's a human. I mean, I hope it's humans
Yeah.
making that money because, like, if I made $5 on gifts in like what 7 hours, these people literally like are on lives
Yeah.
for like 7 hours a day.
And that's the thing is they're making bank because to quote unquote get them to do something, you have to gift something.
Yep.
They're making bank. It's
Yeah.
I'm like, what?
Yeah, that's crazy.
Yeah, it's but it's trippy too because like the AI thing is out of control. And I say that because I just had to do like do you know what ChatGPT is?
Yes.
Okay, so I had to do like a webinar on it yesterday for work because we're trying to do like SEO optimization, which is like the search engine optimization.
Yeah.
For a website. And so I was like in there trying to learn about it and he was telling me all the things you can do with AI to like find keywords and I was like, dude, this is getting out of hand.
ChatGPT is.
It's wild,
Trippy.
right? South Park even had an episode about it.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Recently?
It was maybe a few months ago. It was actually really funny. I'll tell you the plot of it real quick. Is like I forget which one's which, but Stan's girlfriend is like, oh, he doesn't text me as much because her friend's boyfriend is texting her a lot, and that boyfriend is like, dude, I just used ChatGPT, and like basically like he copies.
Respond to her?
Yes, he copies the girl's response and puts it in ChatGPT, and ChatGPT thinks up a response. So he just copies and pastes it. So it looks like he's like this super engaged like boyfriend.
Oh my God.
And Wendy is Stan's girlfriend. Wendy's like, you don't text me like he texts her. What the heck? And he's like, what do you mean? So he asks the guy, and the guy's like, oh yeah, ChatGPT, man. Like, it was awful but hilarious.
So bad.
It was so funny.
You know that there's people out there doing that.
Oh, I'm sure there is. Dude, I use that, and I use another one called Jasper for emails, because like I'm not the best. Like my grammar's not amazing, and I don't think so. Don't look at me like that. My vocabulary is good. My grammar is not good. I have no problem admitting that. I'm just too lazy for it.
I've never seen you have a typo. I don't think.
But that's not, typos are easy because it just autocorrects it. But like the grammar. So anyways.
I love your modesty, friend.
So I also, when I'm writing an email, I'm like, hey, this will be out tomorrow. Cool. Bye. Like, I'm so to the point that like you can't do that though when you have like clients. So
Yeah.
like I'll put it in like, I'll put like my basic crap in
Yeah.
like Jasper or ChatGPT and like make this like fun and like nice and customer service and like tell it what to do, and like I'll copy and paste that.
Oh my God, friend.
I
That's
have
so
to.
cool.
I have to, or I'll look very mean, and it makes me nice.
Okay. I would love to see an example of this.
I'll have to tell you one day.
I'll print one out.
I'll blind CC you on an email. I'm
Yes.
just kidding.
Please. Very intrigued.
Yeah, I have to, or else I'm like, hey, this will be here tomorrow. Bye. Like, you can't. It's like, hi, hope all is well. Like, you have to be nice about it.
Yeah.
Have a great day.
Oh, friend.
But dude, those lives are that's one of the trends we were talking about, where social media, like TikTok, could be really good and it could be really bad.
Yeah. But people make their coin on there.
Dude.
I mean, you know, I haven't made a bajillion. Like, I haven't made that much money, but like,
Yet.
But I can see how people make money. And like, I remember when the whole thing about the issue about them, you know, getting banned in the US was happening, the CEO mentioned that like the reason why TikTok is so important is because it's literally given people so many jobs and has helped the economy.
Yeah.
You
Wow.
know?
Wow.
And that's what I don't understand with everything, like the climate that we're living under and the economy. Like, how does the government expect us to survive or contribute to society in like purchasing things and in the economy when they're making it impossible for us to just survive?
Yeah.
I don't get it.
I don't know. It's
makes no
we could go
sense.
down a whole thing.
I know.
But I wanted to ask you too. You said you kind of liked those videos, and I was
Yeah.
like, no.
Well, like I have a love-hate relationship because I think they're annoying.
Yeah.
But then a part of me is like, this is oddly satisfying and funny, and I just love reading the comments.
The thing is too, okay, I get that, and I want to watch a little bit because it's funny, but I also don't want my algorithm taken over by that.
It's already taken over mine.
Oh no. So I'm like, skip, because I'm like,
Yeah.
I do not want this in here. It's
Yeah.
some of it's really annoying, but I get how it's like, it's funny for like a minute. I'm like, what? It's so like, I'm like, what the fuck is happening?
Yeah.
But I'm just like, I just really don't want my whole algorithm like this, so I can't sit here and watch it.
Yeah. I get that, friend.
Yeah, it creeps me out. I'm like, oh,
I feel very Gemini about it.
yeah,
Like, I don't know how to feel about it,
I get that.
you know, because it does annoy me. And I also think it's like weird.
Yeah.
But then I'm also like intrigued.
Right?
It's
It is
weird.
I get the intriguing. It's like, why would you want to? But I mean, the why is if you're making, you're making money. I mean, that's the why for sure.
Yeah.
But it's just like, it's weird, man.
It is weird.
It's too weird for now. Because we're talking it in proximity to our phones, then we're going to get a bunch more.
Oh, I didn't bring my phone up
Oh,
here.
no. Oh, my God. We got up here, and you're like, can you get my vape?
I forgot to bring my phone.
Oh, no. The phone, too.
It's fine.
It's okay.
It's all good.
Yeah.
But, yeah. I mean, that's kind of like what's going on TikTok right now, and just TikTok has had so many evolutions. I feel like they have evolutions every few months,
Right? Yeah.
Like trends, because this is like pretty brand new, I think.
Oh, yeah. I feel like it's like days old.
Yeah.
Not even that long.
Yeah. And that already probably feels old. Like if you were to get started on doing something like that. Yeah. I'm also like curious how people get to 1,000 followers before being able to go live and do that. Like I wonder what their content is to get to that point. You know what I mean?
Interesting.
That's like an interesting thing to think about.
I feel like it's that or they had one viral video.
Yeah.
And that's where they got all their followers from.
Yeah.
Which is possible. I feel like that happens quite a bit.
Yeah. I mean, and going live will grow your audience like crazy. Because, like I said, I just hit 1,000 followers not even a week ago. And I've already gained 300 followers.
Yeah.
Just going live. Like, every time I go live, I get minimum like 25 new followers.
Oh, wow.
So it's pretty crazy.
I wonder if that's because people like filter it like to watch lives at that time, do you think?
I noticed that I get more followers when I do free yes or no's. When I'm doing free yes or no's, people I just see people follow the creator, following the,
Yeah.
the page.
Oh, wow.
And yeah, I think it's because they're like, oh, like I'm going to follow this person because they do free yes or no's or something. I don't know. But it's been very interesting being a baby creator.
A TikTok creator.
A baby.
I mean, but you've been doing TikTok for forever, friend.
Yeah, but I've never blown up or anything.
Yeah, but you have like on your like regular page, on your page, you have like loyal people I've seen in the comments who are like, oh,
Yeah.
I'm happy for you, or oh, like it's
Yeah.
nice to see you again. Like,
Yeah, I rarely post on there now because it's just, I mean, it's become work,
Yeah.
So I don't know. I don't know what it is. I used to post every day on my personal one, but I just post here and there.
yeah, you're really good at the trends and the editing and stuff.
Thanks, friend. I think you're really good at it too.
I think
We got good together.
We did. We
Yeah.
did. I still watch our old ones and I'm like, we're fucking funny.
Yeah, I know. I miss that.
I know, me too. We need to do them.
I know.
We need to. But it's hard too, like there's a lot of like trends too right now where I'm like, I don't want to do that or I don't want to participate in that. Like
Yeah.
it just doesn't, it's not as fun. It doesn't feel like
Yeah, it's more thirst trappy, and we ain't about to be like
I'm good on that.
thirst trappy.
Yeah. It's
Maybe we'll get more followers that way, friend.
I mean, probably.
More listeners.
It's thirst trappy or it's more like mine is filled with like Halloween and July stuff.
I believe it.
Oh, it's filled with it if it's like a bunch of like my mind is here and it's like spooky
Yeah.
or like I don't know, Halloween. I can't. I'm already
In Halloween mode.
I'm in Halloween mode. Once I have money, I'm gonna go looking for decorations.
I think true witches are always like that. I feel like everybody at every market's like, oh my gosh, like people I follow, they're like, Joanne's has Halloween stuff. I know. I saw someone post a bunch of stuff from Joanne's that was like witchy, and I was like,
Oh,
dang.
yeah.
I'm like, too bad. The government wants my taxes. Can't go shopping.
Yeah, I was like, oh, I'm gonna buy stuff, and then I was like, oh, I need new skates. Can't go get that. And I was like, excuse me. Oh, I want to buy stuff. Oh, I need new elbow guards. Or yeah, elbows. So I was like, okay, I'll wait. And then we went to the punk play, and I was like, okay, I bought stuff here. I'll wait. I'm like, I want to go look.
Oh, friend.
I know. I don't need anything. My house is like that way year round, and I have a bunch of stuff.
Yeah, but it's nice.
It's still fun to go look.
I mean, it's good for your spirit to like, surround yourself around like adorning your space,
yeah. Yeah, I think I need some new ones.
Yeah,
Yeah.
me too. Once I like stabilize myself, I'm like, I need a new rug. I want to like switch up something in my
I
room.
feel that.
I think I've just been in such hermit energy with like always being in my room that now I'm like kind of sick of everything. I'm like, I've stared at these. I'm very grateful for my four walls, but I'm like, I need a new little decor situation.
How funny is that? Like, not to get into a whole thing, but like, how funny is it that our brains work differently in that way? I think Bernie's very much like you, where he's like, I need to change this up. Let's change it up. That is not how my brain works with things. I'm like, once I have it set, I'm like, whew, out of my brain, it's done, set for life. Like, I never ever change it again.
And it's probably your
It's too stressful. It's too, I don't like change a lot.
Yeah.
So for me, even like I've said before, even good change, it's hard for me sometimes. And it's like, I'm like, if I start a project in my head, I'm like, oh, we could redo, like, I do want to redo the living room, but it's a lot of work.
It is.
And I'm like, okay. So to me, it's like a task in my head that has not been checked off, and it's still on my list.
Yeah.
And I like to have that list gone
I got you.
quickly.
I feel you.
Yeah. So, but yeah,
I like change. I get bored.
I don't think I get. I think my Capricorn just likes the stability.
I hate stability. It's not that I hate stability. I just like, I'm comfortable with like
Bruh.
switching up. I just get bored.
Yeah.
I'm a baby. Aries get bored. That's why, but you know what, friend? That's why I love Gemini placements because they keep me on my toes.
Yeah, no, I'm my moon, my Capricorn very much
Overtakes.
overrides that
Yeah.
that urge to
Yeah.
switch shit up because
Yeah.
I'm like, no, stability. This is already done. Why
Yeah.
are we doing this again? It's done.
Yeah. My partner's kind of like you, but they have a stellium in Gemini.
Yeah, I'm like,
so-
they have way more Gemini.
Yeah, so they keep me on my toes as far as like that. But in friendships, I do like stability.
Of course, yeah.
I feel
same.
like you need a balance.
Yeah.
Because imagine if I was like you, or imagine if you were like me.
Yeah, no, we would either never get anything done, or
No.
we would like be like, okay, we're done, and we're like not talking now because we're done.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
we're done with this. I think that's my only air placement as well. My Gemini.
Gemini?
So
Yeah.
that's also why the rest of it's like stability. Everybody, my Gemini is more like
Yeah.
the emotions are more like
Yeah.
I need to decide on those. But everything else, I like it to be stable. I don't like to be on my toes.
I get it.
I want to be comfy.
Yeah. I don't like
No.
being comfy.
No, I want to be comfy and like, I can relax and let my guard down and settle. like, and breathe.
I'm ruled by Mars. it's the war planet. I'm
You're
like,
No, my Saturn's all about stability and chill. Like,
I know.
we're on balance and we're just, my rings are rolling around and we're chill and we're like, you know,
I'm put together.
put together. Exactly.
That is the vibe of Saturn.
It is. Oh boy.
Man. But yeah, that's our little take on what's going on in TikTok right now.
Weird ass NPC trend.
Yeah,
It's weird.
it's weird.
I don't want to like yuck anybody's yum. Like if that's your thing, do your
Yeah.
thing and like make your money by all means. But
Yeah.
I'm just like, ugh. There's something weird about it that freaks me out.
I don't think it would freak me out if it wasn't like AI influenced. Like if it was just like a fetishy thing, I feel like I'd be like more fine about it. I think that's what I appreciate about it. Not that I have a fetish for it, but like I get it. You know, I get the appeal.
I get it.
Okay.
The weird stuff is I'm like, okay, it feels like maybe this is my own like too far take on it, I guess, but it feels like too like schoolgirly a little bit, and I'm like, ew.
I think it depends on who it is because I've seen some guys do it.
Oh, really? I've only seen. I mean, like, feminine presenting
Yeah.
people do it. So I'm like, I don't know. It
Yeah.
feels like the little kid in like schoolgirl outfit
Yeah.
to me, and I'm like, that really freaks me out. Like,
Yeah.
I don't like that feeling.
Yeah. Yeah, I haven't. I've seen those, but I've seen like different types of people, like normal people.
Yeah.
Like dressed normally. I don't know.
I don't know, but
Yeah, that is weird.
yeah, I'm like,
Anything to do with pedo.
yeah, that or like the whole like like the anime influence on it too.
Yeah.
Like the blah. None for me, thanks.
Yeah. Yeah. What's
Yeah.
your guys' take on it?
Yeah, let us know. Let us know if you've seen Jinx. Oh my god. We were listening to the old episode, the last episode on the same day today. You messaged me back and I was like, of course you did. I was listening to the episode. I had started it like 5 minutes before that. I was
Same.
like, I was like, oh, you're going to message me right now. I knew it.
Same. I literally started like it had just started because I had just left my house to drive over here.
And I was like, oh, I'm going to like, because I had messaged in the morning and I was like, oh, they're probably working. And that, like, I played it, and then you messaged, and I was like, huh.
We're
Called
in
ya.
sync, friend.
I knew.
I was gonna say Jinx, you owe me a soda, but you already gave me a soda.
I pay in advance.
Yeah, you paid in advance.
Well, all right. Well, I guess we can wrap it up.
Yeah, we'll do socials.
Yeah. Follow us on Instagram. It's One Thing Queer, and my personal Instagram is SpexRayX.
And my personal Instagram is at Jenny Lynn Bhutan. And if you would like to follow my spiritual tarot Reiki page, it is at Celestial Light Witch. Yeah.
.com.
I was going to say .com. That's my website. You can check out my website and see what I offer.
Yeah. And if you want to email us or get any big sibling advice or have any ideas, or if you want to email us about, did we talk about roasting our own signs?
Oh, yeah.
Send us like your own roasts on your own zodiac chart. Like,
yes. Be the first to email us. Because we have not gotten any emails.
I'll have to post a thing. So yeah, I'll post a thing so that way, like, hey, put your roasts here.
Yes.
On Instagram. Okay. So, but that
would be fun.
I'm gonna do it. Yeah. Okay. I'll do it when this comes out. So keep an eye out for that if you're listening on a Tuesday. But yeah, email us at onethingqueer@gmail.com. And then we have a TikTok also, but we won't be doing the NPC trend. It's
maybe, you never know.
Jenny will be doing that alone.
I'm just kidding.
It's at One Thing Queer Podcast.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah. And I was gonna say something, and I totally fucking blanked. It was gonna be so good. Oh, it's gonna drive me crazy. Okay,
no.
never mind.
Okay.
Never mind. Okay, I guess that's gonna wrap it up for this week's episode of One Thing Queer. Oh, I remember, actually.
You're pulling a me right now.
Yes, I remember. Also, if you guys are wanting us to have a guest come on, we will get on that because we are due for a guest.
We are.
And we do have some people in mind. So stay tuned for that. Don't worry. We are having guests come on. So just keep an eye out. It's just been a little tricky right now, but we're getting there.
All right.
Now, for real. I guess that's going to wrap it up for this week's episode of One Thing Queer. Make sure you tune in next week for a whole new show.
Yeah, we'll see you then.
We'll see you then.
Bye.
Bye. Music by Jacody Lamone. Produced by Kelsey Wren and Jenny Baton. Edited by Jenny Baton.